Hi BookTube! It's Missy, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my June TBR plus my TBR, or is it TBR? Yeah, TBR Takedown Readathon and my AYearAthon Readathon TBRs. Basically, a bunch of TBRs. Now, I know it's the 4th. Both of the readathons started on Monday. I have until Sunday. It's already Thursday. Did I finish any books recently? No. But I always participate in these things hoping that it will get me going. We'll see. There are 5 challenges for the TBR Takedown. The first one is read a book that has been on your shelf for over a year. And that book, let me get to it, that book is Girl of Nightmares by Kendar Blake. I read Anna Dressed in Blood, was it 2013 maybe? Maybe at the beginning of 2014? A long time ago. And I bought this sequel forever ago and I still haven't picked it up. I even put a bookmark in it but never picked it up. So I would like to try to finish this by Sunday. That would be wonderful. And so this is the, where it says, what was the challenge again? Read a book that has been on your shelf for over a year. So there's that one. The second challenge is to read a sequel. And the sequel is, you guys have seen this a million times, this is the 11th time I've checked this book out, and that's Between the Spark and the Burn by April Genevieve Tchok. And I absolutely love Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. I don't know why I haven't picked this up, but I do have tabbies. So these books, the next couple books that I'm going to show you are due at the library on the 18th, and so I have 15 days starting today to at least read about 25 pages per book in order to be done with it. So please keep your fingers crossed for me. I just need to get out of this reading slump and actually read books. I'm 19 books behind on my reading goal for Goodreads. I don't know what's wrong with me. So this is my sequel challenge. The next one is to read the first book in a series, and isn't this a series? Yeah. This is another library book. We have The Girl in the Steel Corset by Katie Cross. It's called The Steampunk Chronicles. I'm really excited to read this. I kind of like that it's a chunky, fat little book. I don't know why, but it's amusing to me to have it so short. So this is the first book in a series. I am excited to read it. And if you guys have epic reads on your Facebook, which I do, I have it liked so I get like whatever they post on Facebook. Yesterday it said to flip to page 90 on the closest book that you have available, and that will be the description of your love life. And so I just want to share with you guys really quick because I thought it was so funny, because this was the first book that I reached for because it was on the top of the pile. And my love life is as follows, okay? So this is just the first sentence on page 90. I'm sorry, let me close the window. Maybe it'll be quieter and you won't hear so many trucks. Okay, so my love life is, if the city of London was a body, Whitechapel would be the groin, a great unwashed area that only showed itself under the cover of darkness and only for the most salacious of entertainments. That's disgusting. That is so funny that it has to do with like kind of like sexy times and the body and the love life. So I don't know what that means, but I thought it was hilarious. So I can't wait to start this book. Again, this is part of my read about 25 pages before it's due on the 18th of June. So I must get to that. All right, the next challenge, a book that is out of your comfort zone. I picked a book for this. I don't have it like in my hands, but it's Fangirl, and I have Fangirl and Eleanor and Park, but I haven't read them yet. Everybody has read them, and I haven't read them. And I like here's the thing. I like contemporary while I'm reading them, but I never reach for them because I don't want to read romance novels. I like watching love stories. But I'm not going to grab a movie that's a love story and watch it. Like if it's on, I'll watch it, I'll cry, all that jazz, but I won't actually put it on myself, only if I'm flipping through channels and it just so happens to be on. So I like contemporaries for what they are, but they're not my favorite genre, and so I don't usually reach for them. So I'm going to try Fangirl for Challenge 4. And Challenge 5 was a book from your most recent book haul. And so my most recent book haul was the, I think the April book haul, I believe. But so I'm going to go with it. May. My May book haul. It's now June. I'm losing my mind. So I want to finish Undertow. That's a lot of books. I don't think I'm going to get through all these books. But I'd like to attempt to get through some of the pages by Sunday. That would be great. All right, and for the rest of my TBR, I have for Darkness Shows the Stars. I'm actually reading the prequel novella, which is 0.5 to this, because I have it on my Kindle and I got it for free from Amazon a year ago or something. And that is Name Among the Stars, or Nameless, something like that. I'll show a picture, obviously. But so I'm reading the novella right now, and they're talking about Luditz and Post. And because I don't know the world, I'm not quite sure what these are. I don't know if it's like rich and poor, or, you know, working class and like royalty. I'm not quite sure. But I am looking forward to reading that. And this is from Diana Peterfried, something like that. And then obviously The Goblin Emperor by Catherine Addison. I am on page 133. Penelope, if you watch this, get on it. Get on it, because I think you're only on page 79. Something like that. And me and Keely would like to continue. It is a really good book. The names of the characters and the city names are completely unreasonable. I mean, I can't remember the names. I'm starting to slowly get who the characters are, like define the characters. Not define, identify the characters, but at the same time, I hate reading the names because they're so long and unusual to me, so I'm just like, I just kind of skip the name and continue on with the storyline. But it's actually really good, and I hope that in the end, the Goblin Emperor, you know, just destroys the hierarchy system, and it's a loving, peaceful nation, but I highly doubt that's what's going to happen. Anyhow, it's good so far. All right, that is all of my TBR. That's only 7 books. I am also currently listening to End of Days by Susan E. I already told you guys that in the last video. And it's really good so far. I'm already a little over halfway done. I can't believe what's going on. It's crazy. I don't know how it's going to end. Oh my goodness sakes. Also, I am going to be filming another video maybe tonight sometime after I go to the Bookmobile, which will have 11 or so new releases. When I say new releases, I'm talking from like January until now. And lastly, in this video, I'm going to give you a very tiny book haul. So, here is my little tiny book haul for June. I don't want to buy any more books. I've already told you this a billion times. I have no room on my shelves. So I need to stop it. I need to read these first. But I can't help myself. So the first book that I want to share with you guys is Midnight City by J. Barton Mitchell. And they say that this is a book between War of the Worlds and Lord of the Flies. I haven't read either book, but it's like an alien dystopian, I'm guessing, something like that. I've seen this going around BookTube before. I bought this for $1, folks, at the Dollar Tree. Okay, I wasn't planning on buying this book. We had to go there for my kids' birthday party that I talked to you guys about. That was last Saturday. We had to get, you know, plates and plastic cups and, you know, the tablecloths and stuff. And I decided to take a sneak peek over to the book section, and they had a ton of these. And they also had the American Vampire. Is that what it's called? No. Vampire Slayer. The Lincoln one, where Abraham Lincoln's a vampire. Hunter or something like that. They had those for $1 too, but I only got the hardcover because I didn't really, I read some of that book before and I wasn't really interested in it, and so I kind of just dropped it and took it back to the library. But this seemed cool. We will see. I don't own very many dystopians because I usually hate the world building because it makes me sad, and so I'm like, I hope that never ever happens. Too long. That's what I bought at Dollar Tree. I also had to go birthday shopping for my BFF, and I got her The Girl with All the Gifts, and so I was like, well, if I'm going to get her a horror book, I want a horror book, but I want a YA horror book, and so I bought The Haunting of Sunshine Girl by Paige Mackenzie. I've never seen this YouTube show, and so I know nothing about this book other than the fact that it's a YA horror novel or paranormal. I think it's horror, and it looks creepy, and I wanted it. And it was pretty cheap. It was like $11 at Target. So I bought it. And the last thing I have here is an Amazon purchase. I was watching Keisha's channel, and she was talking about how she just bought a book on Amazon and that it's been missing forever. And I was thinking, I'm never going to be able to finish this series or even start the series if I can't get the third book. It's really driving me crazy, and I'm not going to spend $60 on this book. Look at that. I did it. All the way across. Well, majority. Almost. So I have Amazon Prime. I finally, lost my willpower and just got it because 2-day shipping is awesome. And so the book that I'm talking about is Opal by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I've been missing the third book for about a year and a half, I think, but it was $60 because this is no longer like the popular edition. Everybody wants the bundles, the bind-ups. Words, I don't know them. The bind-ups, people buy the bind-ups, so I wanted the individual ones so it would match, the rest of my covers. And so now I have 1 through 4. I still need to get Opposition, and that's going to be not in this cover, but what the heck. Anyways, I'm so excited. Now I get to finally, start it and read it and hopefully love it like everybody else. We will see. This is an Alien series. It's a YA, lovey, romantic, kind of paranormal, alien sci-fi story. Everybody raves about this, especially about Damon. Black, I guess, is the alien neighbor that's super hot but has like a bad attitude. I don't know. I wanted to read it, and if I don't like the series after I read all 5 of the books, then I can just give them away. But for now, I got the third book. And lastly, this is my favorite book of 2015 so far. It's only June. I might get one that tops this. But it's funny that last year in 2014, my favorite book was Ready Player One, which is a sci-fi. And this year, in 2015, my favorite book is another sci-fi. So this is The Martian by Andy Weir. This is an adult sci-fi about a man who gets left behind on Mars and has to survive. So it's a survival story. It's a little crass. There's a lot of cussing in it. I mean, it's a guy who has to deal with his stress and, about being stuck on Mars and, the fear of never being rescued. And then you have all of this super technical, science-y language that goes along with the book that I just thought was super fascinating. I absolutely loved this book. And I do like sci-fi, but I'm not a huge sci-fi reader. I usually stick with, horror and paranormal, but this is my favorite book this year. I just loved it. I loved it, and I would really recommend everybody to read it. So I had to buy it, obviously, because it's my favorite. So that was my little tiny book haul. I never do Kindle book hauls. If you want me to do one, leave a comment down below. I do periodically buy Kindle books if they are $1.99. So yeah, let me know down below if you want one of those. And that is it. I will talk to you guys soon. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I'm gonna try and film my book library haul tonight, but if not, I I will talk to you tomorrow on Friday. Thanga for watching. Hi. Again, like I already said it. Talk to you later. Bye.